So I asked my subscribers, my followers, to send me questions, anything they want to know about me, and you guys came through, and I'll just be answering all of them right now. Any advice or tips for someone looking for multiple streams of income? So what do you have passion for aside your 9 to 5? You work out but you are still fat. Why? Some people ask crazy questions. How do you come up with content ideas? I can be watching a YouTube video now and my own content idea can pop up. How do you get the money to travel? Show me the way. I work. So what's your biggest turn off in a relationship or people generally? Can you marry a broke man? Of course I can. Then we'll eat our love, Abby. Why are you not married? Wow. What a question. Well, the reason why I am not married is because hey beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Cheta and I create content in Abuja, Nigeria. You are definitely welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and please do not make it your last by clicking the subscribe button down below so that you are part of this family. Okay, to my returning subscribers, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys do. I appreciate you all. And yeah guys, without a lot of rambling, let's get into today's video. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing the much anticipated Q&A. So for a hot minute now, I have been asking you guys to send me questions on all my social media platforms. If by the way you are not following me on any of my social media platforms, they're up on the screen. Connect with me because you are definitely missing out on things like this. So I asked people, my subscribers, my followers, to send me questions, anything they want to know about me, and you guys came through, sent in tons of questions, and I'll just be answering all of them right now, and I'll try to be as fast as possible. So I have the questions on here and I'll just be going one after the other. Okay, so yeah, let's get into question number one. Okay, so the first question here says, any advice or tips for someone looking for multiple streams of income? I'm going to talk about this thing from my own perspective. So what do you have passion for aside your 9 to 5? Me, I have passion for content creation. I have passion for social media and things like that. That is why I am multitasking my 9 to 5 with all of my social media platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all of that. So it's a question of what can you do, or what do you enjoy doing aside your 9 to 5? Is there any skill? Do you like writing? Do you like anything that you know that can fetch you income? Basically, I would ask you, or I would advise you to do that. Then secondly, I would also say that if you are someone that is opportune, that you can work remotely, you can actually get more than one jobs and run them simultaneously. So me personally, now I run 2 jobs currently. You can get maybe 2 full-time jobs or 1 full-time job, 1 part-time job, and just multitask and run it simultaneously. But do not, I'm only saying this for people that can actually deal with it, basically. So I'm not saying it for those that cannot manage multiple jobs. I'm saying it for people that can actually manage multiple jobs. Like, I mean, people that can actually multitask and run multiple jobs at once. I'm not saying it for those who struggle to do that. Basically, the idea is that do not be content with A. You have A, it's getting you income, but you want more money. You can source for B and do it simultaneously. It can be a hobby that you can get money from. It can be a business of some sort. It can be a side hustle. Just make sure that you are doing something you enjoy, because the truth is that a lot of people do things that they do not enjoy and it doesn't last. So they do it, and before you know it, they are over it, so they move forward and stop. But do something you enjoy. That will be your drive, basically. I hope I answered that question. So the second question here says, why don't you reply to my messages? I think I checked who this was, and it was like all these weird people that will be sending you hello hi on social media. I personally am one that if you want to reach out to someone that you have never met before on any platform, sending the person hello, hi beautiful, all those things do not make sense. Go straight to the point. Hello, my name is this is what I tend to like. Come straight to the point and I'll respond to you. Honestly, like, I can't know what I was supposed to respond to all your hellos and highs. I mean, it didn't necessarily make sense. So if you really want me to respond to you, I respond to all of my messages, but if the context of what you are messaging me actually makes sense, then you get a feedback from me, basically. So this one says, how old are you? I have done a Q&A before. I'll link it up above somewhere, where I talked about all the basics like my age and all of that. So I'll just link it up. You guys should go and watch it and get caught up on that, because I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, and the next question here says, are you in a relationship? Same thing. That video I talked on, are you in a relationship? But I'll just be brief about what I would say here. So I personally am of the school of thought that it's either you're single or you're married. I don't believe in you're in a relationship, you are engaged. I am either single or married, because even in the law it is either single or married, and right now I am not married. So guys, I am single until the day that you will see me married, then you know that I am married. Okay, the next question here says, how is it like being a woman in the Nigerian tech space, and how has your infiltration into the tech industry influenced your life / personality in any way? So I would say, how is it like being a woman in the Nigerian tech space? I'll say I'm privileged. However, I mean, there are a lot more better, badass Texas than I am, but I am privileged, and I'm very thankful to God that I chose the right course from school that made me to align myself to this part of things. And I'm thankful that tech is now the new oil money, you get. So I'm very happy about that. And I'm also the second part of the question says, how has it infiltrated your life personally or in any way? So I think I'm more serious minded. I think I'm more goal oriented. I think I'm more focused, because the tech space is a very fast paced environment, and is one that, working here at least for over maybe say 6 years now, it has made me to be fast paced in thinking, in behavior. So it has actually affected my life in one way or the other. And this goes to just tell anybody, if you know that you are interested in the tech space and you have a passion for it, and you really want to harness it and make anything you can make out of it, I would advise you to go for trainings. It's never too late. Tech is where everything is at now, and I would highly encourage anybody that wants to do that to go for it. That says, how do you make time to do all the things you do? That's crazy. Do you know, I don't know how I do it, and sometimes I almost break down, honestly, because it's like you're working as a QA engineer, you're working multiple jobs, and you're still creating content. It's a lot, trust me. Sometimes I'm like, what is this money that I am chasing? You get. But what keeps pushing me is that right now I am at the beginning stage of my content creation career, and my goal for my content creation career is for it to be a full-blown source of income for me someday. When I mean, like, I'm making all my money from it, and I'm doing it from the comfort of my home. So I'm seeing it as that early stage where I am putting in all my energy, and I know my goal at the end of the day. So it's not easy. I have to put myself on a schedule. I literally have a checklist every single day that I try to hit at least everything, or at least close to everything. It affects me personally, because a lot more things I would like to do, because either I'm editing videos or I am working. Finding a balance is really hard. However, I just tell myself, like I said, that it is a phase, and I'll go past this phase. With regards to my QA career as well, it's a lot, but I've gotten to a point where it's now effortless. It was not like when I began that it was really challenging. It's now like a part of me, and it's not as challenging as it used to be when I started. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so the next question here says, what's your goal for 2024? I have a lot of goals for 2024, a lot of goals. But then one thing I do is I don't holistically put a large goal in front of me. I break them into milestones. So one of my major goals for the first quarter of this year, and if you've noticed, is I really want to build all my social media platforms, from Instagram, TikTok, my Facebook page, my Facebook account, as well as my YouTube. I'm putting all my energy to build it. I want to build a community of people, so that I get to a point where I can really relax. I know I have a community. I don't really have to create content or over stress myself. I know my community people got my back. So I'm just trying to build a community of people right now. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's one of my goals. I mean, like I said, I have a long-term goal of making content creation my full-blown source of income. So that's also a goal. I have a goal also to pick up new skills, certification from with regards to the quality assurance aspect of things in my life. I'm actually actively working on that, but I will not say I am doing it 100% because right now there's a lot going on. But it's a goal of mine to at least pick up a major skill, at least for this first quarter of the year, be it a tool, a programming language, whatever it is. I just want to pick up one major skill for this first quarter of the year, that I know that, okay, this is what I achieved. And oh yeah, I only spoke about my career goals. Of course I have other personal goals, but I don't want to share them here now. I have a lot of goals. I mean, a lot. We all have different goals in our lives for different aspects of our lives, and I have that as well. It's just that I might not want to share them. I mean, there are a lot of aspects to my life for me to start sharing them in bits here, but just know that I have a lot of goals and I'm working towards them, and I've mentioned at least a few, so that's good. Okay, the next question here says, I watched your video where you talked about your mental health struggles. How are you feeling now? Wow, that's so thoughtful. I have amazing people. Well, a mental health struggle is not something that goes away overnight. I'm sure we all know that, and every single day there's one thing or the other that creates anxiety, creates stress and all of that. However, I take it every day by day. I feel better. I am no longer depressed. I don't have anxiety anymore. Sometimes I do get scared of the future for certain things. However, I'm just putting everything in the hands of God and just taking it one day at a time, and I know that God is going to direct me and put me in the right place, if that makes sense. Like, he's going to direct me and make sure that I'm fine. Okay, that's basically it. Why are you not married? Wow. What a question. Well, the reason why I am not married is because it is not legal to marry yourself in this part of the world. If it was, I probably would have been married by now. What a question. I think that's my answer. Basically, if I could marry myself, I would have been married by now, probably, because I love myself so much. So yeah, that answers your question. And the same person goes next and says, would you marry me? Wow. If that's how it works, yes, I'll marry you, my now husband, right? If that's how it works. Next person here says, when would you do a giveaway? So I do giveaways for the most part, and I do it on my social media pages. When I make my social media pages, I'll put on the screen my Facebook page, my Facebook account, my TikTok, my Instagram. I've done some on YouTube here, but I'm still planning something really huge here on YouTube. So just stay glued, and again, just follow me on all my social media platforms so that you're not missing out on a giveaway. Like I just did one a few weeks back, or maybe like a week or two back. So you should actually follow me on my social media pages so you do not miss out on these giveaways. Okay, so the next question here says, you work out but you are still fat. Why? Some people ask crazy questions, but anyways, I'll answer you guys because I've gotten a ton of this, especially in my cooking videos and all of that. So many weird, strange, even stupid, senseless comments that I'm going to address in another video. However, what I'll say is this: a lot of you think working out is associated to losing weight, and it's not always that way. Working out is associated to a whole lot of things that are not connected to losing weight. People work out for their mental health. People work out to just be stronger than they are. People work out for their skin. People work out for a lot of things, right? I personally, I work out to lose weight sometimes. However, I don't make it my topmost quality or my topmost goal. For the most part, I work out to be healthy. I work out to be fit. I work out to just have a stable mental health. I just work out to make sure that I am in check, basically, because working out is one thing that really keeps me mentally stable. I enjoy it. It's one thing that I know that I do not think I would ever do without in my life. Whether I see results losing weight, whether I see results or I'm gaining weight, whatever the case may be, it just makes me happy, it gives me joy. And whenever I want to lose weight, I know how to put in the energy and get that weight loss in check. So I'll just say, if you are of the school of thought that losing weight, exercise equals weight loss, then trust me, you are outdated. You should go and update yourself. Okay, what are your thoughts on being a stay-at-home mom? That's a very intense question, and I want to believe it's a stay-at-home mom that sends this, or maybe an intending stay-at-home mom. But what I would say is this: whatever dynamics in your family works. Basically, whatever it is that you and your partner have agreed as a dynamic in your family works. However, with the current situation in Nigeria, I would not advise any woman to be a stay-at-home mom. Instead, I would advise you to be a stay-at-home mom with some other sources of little income, even if it's business, even if it's anything. Just don't be completely dependent on your husband, because Nigeria's economy now is not smiling, and being a stay-at-home mom is a whole lot of burden on one person to be taking care of the entire family. So I would just advise you, if you can get something doing, why being a stay-at-home mom and nursing your child? Maybe, I believe some of these things are short-lived. Maybe your children are growing, you want to be at home to take care of them and be with them. That's so awesome. But if you can pick up something that can fetch you little income here and there from time to time, I think that would be really nice. That's all I'll have to say. But then again, whatever works for your family dynamics, whatever works for you and your partner, that is the most important thing. It's not about my opinion or anybody's opinion out there. The next question says, I want to ask you how you are able to travel so much. So I do not travel so much, actually. I've only in recent times put in more effort to travel. However, how I travel is, like I said, I work remotely. My goal is to work remotely so that I do not have to physically be in any office. I can work from anywhere in the world I am. Secondly, another way I travel more English. So another way I travel often is because I always take my leaves. So before, when I used to work on site, I used to accumulate my leaves, then take it at one time and just go, and maybe even if it's for a week or two, and come back, or a week for the most part. So I plan myself properly, plan my schedule for the year, and then take it to go for my leave. But for the most part, in recent times, like my last trip I went on, I was working remotely, and now I am working remotely, so it's not going to be a problem. It's just traveling, aligning myself, my schedule, and going for all of those things. But basically, if you are an on-site worker, basically just plan your schedule, plan your leave, plan your travel, and it will work out for you basically. The next person here asks, how do you come up with content ideas? So I am a very creative person, and my mind is always racing every single time and coming up with ideas. So whenever they come up, it can be like I can be watching a YouTube video now and my own content idea can pop up. I can be doing anything random. I might be cooking, I might be taking my bath, and an idea will pop up. I just note it down and then fine tune it later. So I'm a very creative person actually. But what I would advise you, if you're someone that's not so creative, you can watch videos and they will give you ideas. You can play around with your reality, things that have happened to you in the past, things that are currently happening to you. Use it to create actual content that people can relate to, and that's it basically. One said, well, I noticed you love kids. How many do you plan to have? I plan to have as much as I can. Yeah. But Nigeria's economy is not saying so. But what I would say is that this is not dependent on myself alone. It's dependent on myself and my partner, right? So for now, I do not know. Personally, I wanted 4 children, but with Nigeria's economy now, and with what I hear about childbirth and women's story and how intense it is, I've reduced to 3 and 2. But it still depends on my partner and my own personal experience with giving birth and all of that. If it is easy, then I might want to go for more. If it is hard, I might want to go for more. If I have more money, I might want to go for more, and all of that. So there are so many factors. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Okay, next question here says, how do you get the money to travel? Show me the way. I work, I save, I have some sources of income aside my 9 to 5. That's how I make my money to travel. I plan myself, I work, I have other source of income than one source, so I can plan myself properly and look for cheap trips. I am not one for expensive luxury. I'm looking for affordable trips that I can pay for without breaking the bank. So I love budget friendly trips. I love to plan, to save, and just align myself and go for them actually. So it's not that deep. I am not stealing anybody's money, or I am not doing wrongs, if that's what you're thinking. Okay, so there's no way to show you. It says, what's your biggest turn off in a relationship or people generally? Well, in a relationship, my biggest turn off in a relationship, I've already talked about it in a video. I'll link it up above, just so I do not make this video too long. I'll link that video up. I talked about all things relationship. You absolutely love that video. Go and watch it. My sister and I will shot that video. So with regards to relationship, you will find it there. But with regards to generally as human beings, it says, relationship and people generally. So regards to people generally, one thing I know I do not like is people with poor hygiene, people that do not like to clean up after themselves. It irritates the heck out of me. I do not like people that are very, very untidy and do not care that they are untidy, because you are unhygienic. You're like, if an example, you're smelling nasty, if you come around me, you just make my space uncomfortable. So I do not like people that do not like to take care of themselves personally. That's one huge turn off. And I do not also like people that are not trustworthy. Like myself, I struggle personally keeping people around me. So if I keep you around me, I expect you to be very, very trustworthy, honest, and not being sneaky or coming at me for something, you get. So basically, neat, hygienic people, decent hygiene, basically people that clean up after themselves. That's my go-to people, and also people that are trustworthy. Okay, so the next question here says, can you marry a broke man? Of course I can. Then we'll eat our love, Abby. God, people are funny with the questions they ask. So well, I cannot marry, I don't think I want to marry a broke man, because see, I don't even have power. It's too early. Like, imagine you marrying a broke man. You are already quarreling about finances in the early stages of your marriage, or in the early stage of your marriage. However, I'm also not looking for a billionaire. I'm not looking for $10 kind of money. However, if I see that one, I will collect it. Why not? But I'm just looking for a man with a goal, with a vision, a giver, someone that is ready to work together. You get me? I'm of the school of thoughts that I don't believe in that thing. They say, come, let us build together. When we are single, be building, let me be building. When we come together, we join our building together, and it will take us to somewhere, and then we continue building together, and we get to a point. That is my own ideology. I don't believe in everybody does not have anything, come together, we'll build something together. It worked out for our parents before, but in Nigeria now, I don't think that can work. So be building now. Me, I'm here building my own. You be there building your own. Then we'll not join the building together, come together, we will have something, then we'll continue building from there, and we'll take it up there. So marrying a broke man, I don't think I can, because what I see, a broke man is a man that does not have money at all. I don't have power, I beg, please. Next question here says, in a video you mentioned you have a stepmom and you guys are cool. How did you build that? Well, I don't know. I don't think I necessarily paid attention to build that. So okay, I would say I kind of. So me personally, I'm a very, very not friendly person. In fact, when my dad was about to remarry, he was so scared about me and my stepmom's relationship. He even told her to tread carefully around me because of my personality. And when I met her, I noticed that she was just trying to play safe. But me, because my dad also called me and said, Cheta, I don't want issues with you and her, I made a bit of conscious effort to just be with her. And the good thing is that she came into our lives when we're already matured. So it's not a case of we're all children. Everybody is matured, and it just worked out well. We are best of buddies now. We talk, we gist, we play, we laugh. Like, she's so amazing. And I'll just say it's about making conscious effort and just being a mature adult. Like, being a mature adult is it, basically. That's what I will say about this. Next question here says, how do you feel comfortable sharing your life to the world? Well, I feel sort of comfortable, yeah. But then again, one thing you should know is that what you see on social media is what I want you to see. It's not the whole of Cheta. There is so many parts of Cheta that you guys have no idea exists. So when you see people on social media, do not think that you are just knowing everything about, you know everything about them. Rather, they're only showing you a part of them that they want you to see. So it gets uncomfortable sometimes, because there are random places you walk into and people call you Cheta, and you're like, you get. But then again, it's cool because I'm trying to impact people with my content. I do a lot of educational content. I do a lot of realistic content, basically dropping lessons here and there for everyone to pick from. So I will not say I'm sharing my entire life, but then again, I enjoy it and I enjoy the outcome, and I pray I do not have to worry about anything. Basically, I'm not a celebrity. Celebrities that have to worry about stuff. I'm just a normal human being creating content on the internet. Okay, so the next question here says, share the secrets to your glowing skin. Oh, I take that as a compliment. Well, I have filmed one video before, but I think that's outdated. But I intend to film another skincare routine. I filmed the skincare routine before. I'll link it up above. But it's outdated, like I said, and I want to film a new one very soon. You guys should look out for that. But then one thing I will say is, any skincare routine you want to incorporate, make sure it is realistic. Don't go and do a skincare routine that you cannot afford. like your money cannot afford maybe in 2 years, in 1 year, in 3 months. You're just doing it for 1 month. So let it be sustainable, let it be affordable, let it be realistic, and let it not be a 10-step skincare routine that you will never do that 10 steps. Let it be actually something simplistic that you can always rush and do, and it's not a huge problem for you. Someone asked, how much money have you made so far from YouTube? Well, I have been saying I'm going to film a video about that, but it's coming very soon, so just keep an eye out for that. I'll be sharing that very, 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 very soon, okay? And yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have here. Basically, that's all the questions I have here. Yeah, I enjoyed doing this, guys, and I hope I answered some of your questions. If I did not, please drop any further questions you have for me in the comment section below about anything at all, and I'll do well to make a part 2 of this because I enjoyed it, okay? And yeah, guys, please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like this video, do not forget to share, do not forget to interact with my content, and please follow me on all my social media platforms. They are up on the screen, okay? And before I leave, I don't know, you guys, did you see my Ghanaian energy, me channeling my Asantua? Yeah, so if you're Ghanaian in the comment section, let me know that you can feel my vibe, okay? And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye.